apologize. Having some technical difficulties. And let me see if I can get this right now. If we can get this right, hopefully you can see the dog straight ahead. And I'm going to try to narrate this through. So, the last attempt failed. I apologize. In any case, we are officially live. Come on, Princess. And what you're about to witness, don't try at home. I've actually really trained the dogs really well, and we're in a almost a come on guys, come on, almost about as wild a habitat as you can get for them. They are in their element here. We're on a farm that's got about 500 acres, and we're in Maryland towards the Frederick area. We are free ranging, so pretty much. Hey, Long Beach, California's in the house. Hello, Eve. How are you? We're pretty much running these farm fields wherever we want to go. And my job is to manage the wolf pack. I call it wolf driving. Wolf driving pertains to all the activities I do. And I've got to manage them so they stay with me. They're trained to do that. Also, so we don't interfere with any wildlife that might show itself. Come on, guys. They're very amped up because it's fall and it's cool outside. Animals are in their... Come on, guys. Princess, no. Good girl. So you're going to see me directing the dogs. Okay, no, Princess. What has to happen? This is wolf pack behavior. So there's a hierarchy of a wolf pack. There's a structure and a hierarchy, and what happens is the dogs need to know who the alpha is, and I need to be the alpha, but they'll test each other, test the waters, especially this breed, Husky Malamute, because it's very very close to the wolf. Even though it's obviously domesticated, this breed, they have very stubborn and instinctual, their instinct drives them. So their instinct will lead them, especially in an environment like this, to exhibit their normal behaviors if they were actually a wolf. So, come on guys, here. 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 Jay. Sorrel. Jay. Come on, good boys. So what I'm doing is I'm turning around because they're working up there. Come on, guys. Jag, no. They're working up there, and I want to stay out of their way. This is a working farm, and I have to be 100% cognizant of everything that's going on around us. Come on, guys. Here. Jag. Let's go. Jag. Good boy. Come on, guys. Come on, let's go. So, I've got to be cognizant of what's going on around here. Otherwise, we could wander into a field that they're plowing or working on, harvesting, whatever the case may be, depending on the time of year. So, come on. Jag. So that's my job. That's what wolf driving is all about. And that's what enables me to come to these areas. Also, there's other animals here, farm animals, some other dogs, and we intermingle with the other farm animals, but usually not with the other dogs because I'm not as familiar with them, and I want to keep everybody, less chance for confrontation with everybody. So you can see this is a working environment. Hopefully you can hear me. Good boys. Let me see how I apologize about not having as much control over this camera as I'd like to. You can go ahead and answer questions. I know it's a little jumpy here again, getting used to this setup. We are free ranging, we're live on a farm. We don't live on this farm, and we're going to run anywhere from 5 to 10 miles. And I'm with all 4 of the wolf pack. Tilt the camera. Okay. Come on, Jack. Good boy. Come on, guys. So, please go ahead and ask me any questions you may have. If you can't hear me, if you let me know, I'll switch to a headset microphone. If you can, let me know that as well. Or let me know, hey, you're speaking low, whatever the case may be. I can try to adjust. Come on, guys. Princess. Princess. Good girl. Princess. Good girl. No. Good girl. And what I was talking about before, a lot of people have Huskies and Malamutes and other northern breed dogs that tune into the channel, and they ask me how I do this. And this is really not difficult to train to have them off leash, but there's a few basics that they need to know. They need to know some of the commands, of course. And you got to understand that this breed of dog, because it is so stubborn and close, very close to the wolf, so their instincts will take over in a lot of cases, and they will neglect what you're saying and how you're trying to train them. So you have to use certain methods, which I pioneered a lot of those methods, and I share them as much as I can. That's why I'm broadcasting this, because it's one of my closest breeds, one of my closest to my heart breed is the Husky. And therefore, a lot of people get them because they're beautiful, but they have no idea. Their temperament's usually good too, but they have no idea about the physical commitment it takes. And there's ways to do it. Even I've developed ways. If the people out there that are handicapped or elderly, they can have a Husky and give it the exercise it needs. Come on, guys. So you can see this place is huge. We could do 5 or 10 miles without too much backtracking over our tracks here at a place this size. So that's what we try to do. We try to do more mileage as the weather gets cooler, or we take our time and spend hours and hours out here to cover a fair amount of miles, even during the summer months, because this exercise is so crucial to their health, both physical and psychological. I've got one with me now that's 12 years old, almost 13. Her name is Princess, and she is very energetic, even at her age, and very dominant. And if those energies aren't worked out of her system, she'll become hard to manage and exhibit unwanted behaviors that typically a lot of people get. Typically, a lot of people are familiar with from their Husky. So right now we're moving along almost at a walking pace. Going slow. They dictate the whole pace and pretty much the flow of the trip or the adventure. And that's what I do with all of our activities. But you'll see me sometimes get ahead of them, especially if I want them, they're engaged in something that I want to get their mind off of, or I want to ensure we get the proper running in. I'll get in front of them and challenge them to a little sprint. Take advantage of their competitive nature and appeal to that prey drive, because they're chasing me or chasing me in the ATV, whatever the case may be. And that will motivate them to cook it up and move on pretty fast. So right now you're looking at Chase, who's out in front. And Princess is right next to me. This camera, unfortunately, keeps getting loose. And I'm going to try to solve that shortly. Hey, good to see you today also. Thanks so much, Dixie. I appreciate it. Dixie's a loyal WooFDriver fan. So she's always here. Come on, Zorro. Zorro. Good boy. So I appreciate, Dixie, you tuned in. I remember one of your first times, I believe, when you tuned in. We were on what's known as the C&O Trail, and we were what I call fur wheel, and we were on the bike with the dogs attached, and was able to answer a lot of your questions, and I love it. So please keep those questions coming at. We're on a beautiful day, folks. Temperatures in about the mid-50s. We've got a nice breeze blowing here. It's almost always windy up here because it's so open because of the fields. Now, I will get us back in some of the woods. Let me turn this camera again. Again, I apologize. This camera keeps coming loose. Come on, guys, so you can see the dogs and what they're doing. Now, I've got all four with me. You see three probably in this frame from what we're looking at. One is behind me, and that's the Jagster. Jag is, let's just put it this way. He likes to conserve his energy so he can wrestle with his wolf pack mates when they get tired or when they get a little winded. He's very sneaky. Call him the prankster, and there he is. So you got Zorro way up ahead. Closest to Zorro up ahead is Chase. Behind Chase is Princess, and Jag's coming right up on Princess now. Just to give you a fill-in on who's who and what's what. So we got about a 50-some degree day, which is truly awesome. Beautiful fall day. And we're strolling along at this farm that I tell you about that's over about 500 acres. And it's telling me that I have a slow internet. If I do lose you, I will try to tune back in. This is one of the reasons why sometimes on our adventures it's a bit challenging to broadcast. So they're working on some of the farm now. They're actually harvesting it. And if you were with us when we first started, we actually turned around because I saw them working at one of the areas we were normally head to, and that's fine. There's so much area here, and we want to keep as low a profile as possible. Easy, guys. You'll hear me raise my voice a lot. Sometimes it's more to let other animals know we are in the vicinity so they get the heck out of there. Come on, guys. Jag. Now, the dogs cue off of me, and if they know which way I'm going, or they think they do, they're liable not to pay as much attention to me as I'd like them to. So you'll see me occasionally change directions because I don't want them, come on, Princess, good girl. I don't want them to get too comfortable in thinking I'm always going a certain way, and therefore take their mind off of me. Because I need to be their number one focus in case I have to change directions quickly, or I have to give them a command. I don't want them to get too far ahead or be too concerned with what's around us instead of me, and therefore lose sight of the training that I taught them. Now, because I'm looking at new areas to go. The way they plant the farm here, it changes year to year. From what I understand, I'm not a farmer, but they rotate the crop fields. One year it might do corn, one year they might grow soybeans there. These are the things they grow here. Sometimes they'll grow winter wheat in the winter. And as well as, sometimes they'll just leave it plain to grow hay or tall grass, which they'll use for hay. Oh, Zorro, here. Come on, good boy. So Zorro's getting a little far off. They were headed towards, because if you can see this area, there's right directly to the left on my edge, there's corn, and to the right, about, I'm going to say a couple hundred feet, there's another huge section of corn. And we'll have a lot of animals. Sometimes deer will sleep in there, and other animals will be looking, especially this time of year, to gather their winter feed. So I don't want the dogs to come up on the other animals if we can help it. It does happen occasionally, folks. So they're trained. Sometimes I can't get there. Princess, good girl. You'll see me calling Princess a lot because of her dominance. I really have to keep her in check, especially with Chase, because he's so competitive with her that sometimes it can be a little bickering going on. So what needs to happen is when two dogs get to something they're both interested in, one of them needs to yield to the other dog to prevent a confrontation. And if they don't yield within literally a few seconds, one dog will say, hey, I'm better, bigger than you, tougher than you, whatever the case may be, and help himself to whatever they were interested in. And if the other dog, again, doesn't back down, that becomes a confrontation. Come on, guys! And you can see how we just stroll along. I mean, it's truly beautiful and so relaxing to the mind. It's truly like a safari, I say. You're seeing animals out in their element, out in the wild. And they're doing what their instincts lead them to do, which gets all their passion going. They just need to know a couple of rules in order for us to be able to do these kinds of activities. And you might see them take off, folks. I'll get them back. I mean, they'll listen to me, but if they see a deer take off, usually they're pretty good with deer now, they know. If they see it's more of a small animal attraction, anything will get them going. But a small animal, they're more likely to see before me because they're lower to the ground. And they're looking in the corn or tall grasses for any movement. As soon as they see movement, they know something could be lurking there. It could just be the wind. No, Zorro. Zorro. Good boy. Come on, good boy. And he started to go in. And sometimes, folks, depending on the day and the time I have, I will let them roam into these cornfields because I have them on GPS. No, Chase. Chase. Good boy. Come on. Come on, guys. I'll let them roam in there. I'll give loud yells first to let other animals know to scoot. Mostly other animals are pretty, I mean, they're survivalists. They're out here surviving, and they're pretty keen to dogs, so we're in sense. So they're usually out of the way before we get there, but you do have sometimes the younger animals, especially in the springtime, and the animals, when they come out of hibernation, they are more likely to be a little deer in the headlights or a little dumbfounded, like what's happening. And sometimes some of the young deer think the dogs are deer and will want to engage them for play or for curiosity, whatever. So we've come up on many animals, and quite a few times we've caught a deer sleeping in the tall grass, and as soon as the deer comes up, they're like, let's go, let's play. And I'll usually say the word I know. Come on, Zorro. Good boy. I'll usually tell them no so the deer can get out of there. Probably after playing with the deer for a little bit, they might grab it and try to take it down and act like a wolf pack does. I've actually had that happen with other dogs that I've had. So they're, like I said, very in their element, and the wildness shows, so they need to be able to understand the commands to prevent that wildness from taking over. So I hope you can hear me. Can someone let me know if they can hear me out there? I hear farm animals. Sounds like a donkey in the distance. And you can see, we're just, I mean, how beautiful is this, folks? The leaves are starting to turn colors on the trees. We've still got the green, the grass still being green, and we got the dryness of the corn where it's starting to become, come on, Chase, starting to become the time where they harvest it. What they do is they dry out the corn